Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I am Andy Ruther, coming to you live from the Smut Studio in Venice Beach, California, with my co-host Joey No Chill Prano.
You were lacking a little something in that intro, Andy. I think it should have been welcome to the Dirty Sports NFL preview episode. I am your host, Skank Hunt 42. Coming to you live from the War Room in Venice Beach, California, with my co-host, the greatest mind in football, the football guru, Joey No Chill.
I'm excited, man. NFL
I know you
preview.
got your Skank Hunt jersey on. You got your Rams hat on. You were right about to start the show. You got up. It was almost like you remembered at the last second that you were a Rams fan.
No. If you listen to last episode, you would know we're recording back-to-back episodes.
Right.
So before we recorded, I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna throw." I have not forgotten that I am a LA Rams fan.
Big year for you as an LA Rams fan.
The hopes are high.
Yeah. Well, how are we doing this preview? What's like our strategy here? Because we're doing 2 episodes back to back. We're just kind of spitballing here. Have you done any research? Have you thought about it? No, okay.
None.
I've been looking over the divisions. I mean, obviously, I know who's in every division, but kind of just thinking like I looked at a lot of the over-unders on people's win totals that Vegas has them at, and just try to catch myself up because, like you, I give zero fucks about preseason. My only thing with preseason is like I hope the stars don't get hurt, and try to remind myself. The other day, I thought stupidly that Josh McDaniels was the 49ers coach. You had to correct me and be like, nah, remember? It was fucking
Kyle Shanahan,
which, let's be honest mistake, just in the moment. But wanted to double check all of my, dot my T's, cross my I's.
I caught it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
I know what's going on here. Look, I have not done like a thorough research. I'm going to go with my gut on these things. And I might make some mistakes like that too, where I forget who's playing on which team. Whatever. We don't claim to be ESPN.
Just steal one from our boys over the Rappaport podcast. We don't fact check.
Yeah.
Because usually our facts are just right anyway. That's why we don't have to fact check.
So we're going to do a huge NFL preview. Like Joe said, we're going to break down all the divisions and hammer everything out.
Great.
But before we do that, Joe, I want to say I'm excited because you have put together a fantasy team. Is this correct?
I have. A fantasy league? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I mean. Sorry.
Yeah, so, it is Monday. Games start Thursday. We're going to be in Chicago starting Wednesday morning. So it might be a little bit of a rush job. But my idea, as it's come together, is a 12-team, 2-division league, the hosts division, and the Dirtballs division. I've got 6 spots open, but the host will be me, you, Tug, Laz, Goldberg, and Yoshi. Got to get everybody on board. Got everybody up to draft, and then there'll be 6 Dirtballs.
Nice. And how do you choose those 6 Dirtballs?
To be determined.
Okay.
Stay on the Twitter. Stay on the Instagram.
Well, I have something that'll help everybody who may get that 6-person invitation, maybe one of those 6 individuals, or if they're in their own draft league. Pro Football Focus. That's where you guys got to go. They use their exclusive data on every play of every game that will help you with your fantasy football insights and give you some great advice. So if you guys need numbers, if you got some things, like let's say you're not sure about somebody, go to profootballfocus.com. It'll help prepare you to win. And if you're a high-stakes player, you can go to PFF Elite and get their premium stats 2.0. Or you can also join PFF Edge for full access to PFF's player projections, fantasy draft resources, positional matchup, charts, and, of course, the award-winning fantasy football content, which is what you guys are here for. So join PFF Fantasy today. You can sign up right now, Dirtballs, at profootballfocus.com. Joe and I both have access to Pro Football Focus. We use it, and we will be using it, which will be interesting as we compete against each other.
Yeah. I'm in a comedians league, which I know you have deferred from participating in now 2 years in a row.
I have.
So I've been using Pro Football Focus. I have a pretty strong draft, I think. I really like my draft. The one thing I'll say, your boy Justin Wood, 2 picks ahead of me. I had the 11th pick, steals Odell Beckham. So I'm gonna have to, sneak in his house at night, set off some firecrackers, try to get that PTSD on going off, and maybe
savage
convince him. I was like, well, I put in our league. I go, what do I have to do for you to give me Odell Beckham? How about this? First of all, my team's named Odell Black Jesus. 2, I've been a diehard LeBron slurper, and he's Mr. LeBron James. Been on that. Also, his fucking running back and wide receiver, his running back and quarterback situations suck. So just give me Odell Beckham.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Well, maybe in our league, Joe.
Yeah.
Maybe in our league. All right, let's do this, man. Let's get through the preview. Where you want to start? AFC or NFC?
Let's start with the AFC since we're both NFC guys.
Okay. Let's start East.
Okay. AFC East.
AFC East. We got the New England Patriots.
The team that will win the AFC East
yes.
yet again.
Tom Brady and his 5 fucking rings. The Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins. Who else is in that division? The New York Jets.
Yeah.
Who have now named Sam Darnold will be starting week 1.
Yep.
So what do we project from the AFC? Or I'm sorry, the AFC
I
East?
think the New England Patriots will win the AFC East. I don't think it'll be all that close unless Tom Brady gets hurt, and then it probably won't be all that close still because, fucking Matt Castle can win 11 games. So
unbelievable.
I think that
unbelievable.
I don't even put this. I actually don't even put this that much on the Patriots as just the dysfunction in the rest of the AFC East. I think the Bills are going to be terrible. I think the Bills are going to potentially be the worst team in the AFC East this year. I think that the Miami Dolphins get what's his name back? Ryan Tannehill returning, better than Jay Cutler, but I'm actually not I'm not a Ryan Tannehill hater. I think he's fine, but I just don't think they're that good. And then I think the Jets might be the second best team in the AFC East, and I don't think the Jets are very good.
Okay, better chance. The Miami Dolphins win the division, or we see a dime ever from Mac from last year's bet that he owes us.
Well, better chance that the Miami Dolphins win the division because there's 0% chance that fucking anybody that ever thought Jay Cutler was going to win. What was the number? 12 games?
10 games.
10 games? That person is dead now, right? That person, I don't think
ceased to function.
Yeah, I don't think that the person who is dumb enough to make that bet continue to figure out how to breathe that entire year.
Yeah, that makes
sense. He probably
sense.
just overthought. He was like in, out, and he was like out, and they just fell over and died.
I saw highlights. I saw a good couple minute highlight reel of the Jay Cutler, Kristen Cavallari show.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'm going to watch an episode.
I've talked about this, haven't I? I've seen clips. I saw a supercut. Yeah, he's fantastic on it.
That's what I'm saying. You must have seen the same supercut I saw.
Zero fucks.
That's why I want to watch it.
Yeah.
I might actually binge. What is it on E?
But yeah, it's on E. The Jay Cutler experience is precisely why I think the Dolphins are going to be bad. Adam Gase, everybody was like, "Oh, he's got a relationship with Jay Cutler." So your relationship with Jay Cutler is now everybody knows gives 0 fucks. What kind of NFL coach is like, I know this guy gives 0 fucks. Let's pay him $10 million. Adam Gase. I think the Dolphins. I think the Bills win 3 games. I think the Dolphins win
3.
I think the Dolphins win 6 again.
3.
I think the Jets go 8-8, and I think the Patriots win the division with 11 or 12.
Well, hold on. Let's get to the Bills. You think they won 9 games last year. You think the Bills are going to drop off to 3?
Yeah. 3, 4.
3, which is also the same amount of interceptions Nathan Peterman threw in the first quarter against the Chargers last year.
Yeah. Let's say the fucking Patriots go 11-5, 12-4. I think the Bills go 4-12.
Man, back to losing.
I think so. They're in on Peterman. This is their guy. They're
in on Josh Allen.
Right, but then they got McCarron. Then he didn't make the team.
Because he sucked.
Yeah.
And I was a big McCarron guy. back when he played for Cincinnati.
Who's their receivers? Kelvin Benjamin? That was your big move? Go out and get Kelvin Benjamin from the Panthers?
Yeah, the Bills are going to suck.
I said this last year, and I was wrong. But didn't they kind of? Fucking Tyrod Taylor threw for 8. Tayrod. Not going to work here anymore, that's for sure.
Okay. So
What do you think? So I got Patriots, Jets. I don't think the Jets are going to be that good. I think Darnold will be good for the Jets, but I still think you're still a rookie quarterback.
I like that order.
You're still a rookie quarterback.
I don't hate Todd Bowles as a coach, by the way.
I don't either. And the Jets were like okay at moments last year. But like 8-8 with a rookie quarterback.
7-9.
Yeah.
Something like that. I like that order. I'll be honest. I have to almost agree with you. I like New England, Jets, Dolphins. I do. I've been saying this for weeks. I think the Bills are going to be hot trash.
Cue the Bills fans who are like, I just got thrown through a table, and this is why you're wrong.
LaShawn McCoy's like 60 now. And I know LaShawn McCoy was still productive last year.
Maybe suspended, right?
Oh, really?
Is there no talk that he's like, I still think there's like investigations going on about this whole thing.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. And again, who cares? He's like LaShawn McCoy is good. He's been a productive NFL back.
Yeah, but this could be the year where he drops off.
Right, exactly.
When they get that age, you said this last episode. I mean, Sean Alexander went from MVP to 2 years later, he's not in the league.
Yeah. I'm going Pats win the division by multiple games. Jets, Dolphins, Bills.
Okay. AFC West. Let's move west.
We're just jumping over, just going, bouncing around the map. I like it. Let's go.
We'll go east-west.
Okay.
This is arguably the most interesting division in the NFL. Chargers started out awful last year.
Everybody, I know you're too. I know it. I already feel it. You, Goldberg, the internet, everybody's in on the Chargers.
Hold on. What I was going to say is they started out awful. Then they made a good push at the end. They almost made the playoffs. The Chiefs were good last year. Then they lost that home playoff game to the Titans. Raiders, well, the Khalil Mack-less Raiders. I don't know what to make of them. And then the Broncos, same thing. You got Case Keenum now as your quarterback.
At least a little stability, right? Let's start with the Broncos.
Okay.
We're a couple years removed from a fucking Super Bowl. Defense is still good.
We're more than a couple years removed, man.
That's 2 full seasons ago?
Was it 2 full seasons? That's it?
Right? The Patriots and the Eagles. And then before that's the Broncos.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Von Miller still on their defense. They fell into Chubb. Now they fucking bookends on the defensive line. Their defense, I think, will still be good. They do have weapons on offense. Keenum, at least fucking stability. I don't know if I love the Broncos, but I think I like the Broncos more than I like the Raiders with fucking Gruden coming in and getting rid of Khalil Mack. I am out on the Raiders. I sold all my Raiders stock.
You're done.
I reinvested it into fucking cryptocurrency.
You're done.
I'm out on the Raiders. I think the Raiders are a 6-10 team.
Oh.
I'm out on the Raiders. I think the Broncos.
No fool.
I think the Broncos will be far more competitive than they were last year.
I agree.
I think the Broncos have an outside shot as a playoff team. Outside shot. I am not shoving on the Chargers despite the entire internet shoving on the Chargers.
Philip Fudge and Rivers.
I like what they're doing. They have a great defense. They have a lot of pieces, a lot of weapons.
They got pieces on offense too.
I'll say this. Here's my thoughts in the AFC West. I think that the Chiefs have gotten rid of Alex Smith and gone with a rookie. So you're going to have not a rookie, but essentially a rookie, a first-time QB.
You're going to have your growing pains with
You're going to have your growing pains. But unlike Alex Smith, who gives you stability and 0% chance of going deep in the playoffs, they might win less games, but they are a far more dynamic team without Mr. fucking Captain Checkdown, Alex Smith. I am in on the Chiefs. I think that it's going to be Chiefs-Chargers, outside shot with the Broncos. But the winner of that division really depends on how well Chiefs quarterback play is. I could see them being a wild card team, but having a higher upside. It's going to take him some time, Mahomes, some time to learn everything, NFL speed. But the idea that this is just the Chargers division, where did this come from? The Chargers play in a fucking 25,000 seat stadium that Raiders fans are going to take over. Chiefs fans are going to take over. Like, there's still a fucking anti-San Diego hate. Like, the idea that the Chargers are just like this.
Because all around, they probably have the most talent. I'm in on the Chargers. I am one of those cheddar dicks you talk about on the internet. I'm all in on the Chargers. This is going to be one of the last hurrahs for our boy, Phillip Fudging Rivers and his boatload ties. I love some of the playmakers they have.
Yeah.
On both sides of the ball again. This is my picks. Chargers, Broncos.
You're out on the Chiefs.
I'm out on the Chiefs.
Wow.
You get like you're saying, basically a rookie quarterback. I know I'm hearing good things, but I'm out on the Chiefs. And I agree with you. The Raiders. I ain't feeling it, man. I'm not feeling this Khalil Mack trade. Your running game, beast mode's about 60. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. I'm going to Chiefs Chargers. I think it's going to come down the end of the season to see who wins that division.
I think the Broncos surprise people.
I think the other team could be the wild card. I give the Broncos an outside shot of slipping in there and taking one of those teams' wild card spot. I'm out on the Raiders. But again, I'll tell you what, and this is me as an open Andy Reid hater. I think whatever their record is, I give the Chiefs infinitely more chance to win the Super Bowl this year than they ever had with Alex Smith. Sometimes you need to we talk about guys like Aaron Rodgers, fucking Brett Favre, Eli Manning, cowboy quarterbacks, guys who are sometimes you have to fucking go on your back foot and just let one fucking go. This Alex Smith, all safe, it's not the way to win a Super Bowl. It's not, unless you have the absolute fucking best defense and you can just game manage. I give them infinitely more chance to win a Super Bowl than they ever have with Alex Smith. Cool. Your quarterback rating was the highest in the league last year. All that means is you're a captain checkdown.
I'll be curious to see how fans in Oakland react being the last season in Oakland. Yo fool.
With their fucking selling on the defensive player of the year.
That's what I'm saying.
Gruden coming in. I love Gruden as a person, but hasn't coached in a while. Gets rid of fucking a former defensive player of the year. Again, we're going with beast mode and Doug Martin. And sell. I just sold all my Raider stock.
You fool.
Sold it all on Robinhood.
You see those videos, man? They were burning Khalil Mack jerseys, bro.
God, I want the Raiders to be so good. You know I like rooting for the Raiders. I hate all the other teams in the AFC West. I like the Raiders. I'm selling my Raiders stock.
It's apparently also selling on doing Yo fool impersonations. How dare you?
Oh, yeah.
I kept trying to bait you multiple times with
Yo fool.
Yo,
it's
man.
Like Taco Tuesday. I am buying tacos and selling the Raiders.
Bro, why you out on the fucking Raiders, man?
Yo fool, because they're out on our boy Khalil, bro.
I know, man. You know I like Khalil so much? Because he reminds me, his name, like Khaleesi from Game of Thrones, bro. Khalil Khaleesi, it's close, bro. Speaking of that, when's Game of Thrones coming back, bro?
I don't know what Game of Thrones is, bro. I'm a Latin folk. I don't watch Game of Thrones.
You don't watch Game of Thrones, bro?
No, I only watch reruns of the Carlos Mencia show. And George Lopez tonight.
Yo, mind the Mencia was the shit back
George
in the day.
Lopez, donde?
But whatever happened to Carlos Mencia, man? Did he run away ever since Joe Rogan yelled at him at the Comedy Store, bro? Okay.
All right, I think that ran its course, much like the Raiders window.
All right, let's move on. Do you want to do the North or South?
Let's do the North.
All right. Speaking of I was going to say Game of Thrones, but winter is coming north. It's a stretch.
Okay.
Anyway, it's a big stretch. Okay. AFC North, always usually a very competitive division. Who do you like?
I like the Steelers again.
Even with this Le'Veon Bell shit?
Even without Le'Veon Bell, I like the Steelers. I think the Ravens are going to be in the mix. I like the Ravens.
Did you see their QB depth chart right now?
No.
It's pretty interesting. They keep them 3.
Yeah.
Of course. Flacco, RG3, and Lamar Jackson's
And is
third.
that the order?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Lamar might get some snaps
Sure.
at like receiver. You know, remember they used to do with Cordell Stewart?
Yeah. I don't know if that's the move. I'm not a Flacco hater. I know there's a lot of Flacco haters out there. I don't know how you bench him for a rookie. You certainly don't bench him for RG3, but a great insurance policy. Flacco has a back problem. You know, who knows? Like, nice to have Lamar Jackson just hanging around.
Yeah.
I told you I thought the Giants, I would have liked to see them take him the beginning of the second round. Obviously, the Ravens traded to take him, but I think I talked about on the show that he was just, the scouting report is he was dumb as they come. So who knows? I still like the Steelers. I like the Ravens too. I don't like your Cincinnati Bengals, but I think that they're 3, and I'm selling all the Brown stock too. I know everybody. Here's the thing. I do believe the Browns are a very, very, very talented football team. How do you draft multiple first rounders every year and not be talented?
Yeah.
I'm so out on Hugh Jackson. I think it's a joke. I don't think anybody respects him. Why would they? He's not commanded any respect. I know, and obviously we're going to talk about your boy Russell. We talked about, you were like, I'll go with Andrew Hawkins. I know our boy Andrew Hawkins said Hugh's great and that they should give him more time, and he's always got to do this with rookies. But how many years are we going to do this? Year 3, 1 win in 2 years. I think that they struggle. Maybe they win some games late if they go with an interim coach and Baker Mayfield, just shake things up down the stretch. But I'm going 4 wins at best for the Browns. We'll call the fucking
4 at best.
Yeah, I'm 5 at best. I'm all in on the under 5.5. Bengals. I mean, Marvin Lewis. What are you gonna do? Like, he just he smells like 7-9, 6-10, and then I'm going 9-7 with the Ravens, and a nice like 11-win season for the fucking Steelers.
Yeah, so I like
something in that range.
I like Steelers. My 2 and 3 is tough. I don't know whether I want to put Baltimore or Cincinnati at 2 and 3. I definitely have Cleveland in the cellar, back in the doghouse where they belong.
I just feel like the Ravens always find a way to win fucking weird games.
Yeah, they're
special team shit, defensive touchdowns. Flacco throws a bomb, pass interference on the goal line.
They have a good coach.
Yeah, they have a great coach.
Yeah. You're right. Fuck, I hate doing the same order. I'll go.
You know what? Here's the thing. Normally, I think I would call you out on that. But I think the parity, and I think this is one year where, with some exceptions, a lot of the divisions are kind of straightforward. I mean, obviously, we just talked about the AFC West. That's a fucking total wild card. The NFC South is going to be wild again, I'm sure. But some of these divisions, I mean, like, of course we agreed on the AFC East. And to me, of course, we agree on this.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of people don't think the Ravens will be that good. I don't think the Ravens will be that good, but I just see the Ravens being like 9-7.
But even I'm going to pull it up right now. John Harbaugh. I mean, how many bad seasons has he really had? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Where they've just been straight up bad? Like none, right?
I mean, he's been in the league since 2008. They've had one bad season.
Yeah.
2015, they went 5-11. But I mean, dude, I didn't think they were good last year. They went 9-7 last year.
Right. Precisely.
I don't know how they won 9 games last year.
Exactly. That's what I'm seeing again. I know it's crazy. And and I know it's nuts because in the NFL from year to year, you'll be like, where the fuck did this Bengals team come from? You never know what's going to happen with injuries, with the way everything shakes up, with fucking some player from the draft ends up being just like a total wild card. But to me, the AFC North is not that division.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and agree. All right, let's move to your favorite division in all of the NFL, the AFC South.
Do you want to know what, Andy? You said that sarcastically because I always trash the AFC South. I think the AFC South is going to be interesting this year, and I think it is for once not one of the worst divisions. I know that Jacksonville Jaguars fans hate me because I have dumped on the Jacksonville Jaguars, but I'm doubling down. Jacksonville steps back this year.
Whoa. Now, Jacksonville,
first of all, I think that
was so close to making the Super Bowl last year.
I think the AFC South overall is going to be better, and it's as simple as this. The fucking Houston Texans with maybe my least favorite coach in the NFL, Bill O'Brien.
They're better with Deshaun Watson.
Have Deshaun. I mean, people were honestly saying contender last year when he was playing well. He is coming back off an injury. But it's better than fucking Tom Savage or Brandon Weeden or whoever the fuck they were starting last year. Andrew Luck comes back for the Colts. I still think the Colts are going to be bad, but when you look at a Colts team with Andrew Luck, they might win a couple games in the division.
Sure.
It's division games. And then I am in on the Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
You know I like the Titans.
You love your boy Marcus Mariota.
And do I think that the Jaguars win the division? I don't know. If I had to bet on it, I would take the field, but I think they'll be right there. But I think the division's just going to get a little tighter. I think it's going to be like the old NFC South, where you got a bunch of teams hovering around the 10 and 6. Which one's going to be the 10 and 6? Which one's going to be the 9 and 7? Which one's going to be the 8 and 8? And then I think that the Colts will be bad, but I think that they'll still steal a game here and there just with the addition of Andrew Luck.
All right. Well, here's my picks.
You love the Jags.
No, I don't. I'm actually going to go Tennessee.
I sold you on what happened last year. You hated Mariota.
I didn't hate him, but here's the thing. I think they have some nice pieces around them. I like
new coach.
What's up?
Vrabel, new coach.
I like
which is interesting after winning a playoff game.
What's the running back? Henry?
Yep. My first running back selected in my draft.
I like Derrick Henry. I think Jacksonville, I don't know, man. They got a great defense.
How often, though, in the last decade of football, has that best defense stuck around and been the best defense again? I mean, look at defenses that
Seattle.
Right. Seattle, they were consistently good, right? What happened to
Denver for the most part?
Yeah, but what happened to that Panthers 15-1 defense? Whatever that Denver Super Bowl defense, I get it, the quarterback didn't help, but they weren't so dominant that they were winning games just on defense alone.
Yeah.
When you're that good, people figure it out a little bit, unless you're just so fucking good. I am not all in on that Jaguars team as being just like, this defense is going to be so fucking good again that it doesn't matter that they have Blake Bortles throwing to who?
I don't know.
Safari through the Jenkins? Like, what? You know, who? They're a tight end? Like, who? It's just Leonard Fournette. I get they didn't throw the ball a lot last year, but Fournette and Bortles.
So here's my picks. It goes Tennessee, Jacksonville, Houston, Indy.
Houston, I love Hopkins. I love Will Fuller. I think they're going to have an explosive offense with Watson. Their defense, Watt coming back, will be better. I still have the Bill O'Brien factor. So I'm going 10-6 Tennessee, 9-7 Jacksonville, 8-8 Houston, and then like a 5-win Colts team.
Oh, so we see eye to eye in that division too.
Yeah. I think it's going to be like that. Like, so many different things can happen where I think it's going to be so close that those could all swap. Like, I wouldn't fucking be like, I can't believe Bill O'Brien.
No, I agree.
Texans won the division.
That's a division
I wouldn't be like, oh my God, the Jacksonville Jaguars did it. I'm so surprised.
I'll be honest. I wouldn't be shocked if anybody won that division.
Yeah.
Minus maybe the Colts.
I'd be pretty shocked if the Colts won it, but I think that they'll be better. I think they're going to beat each other up.
Yeah, it's a tough division. It's definitely improving with the young quarterbacks having a little more experience. I'll be very curious to see how that plays out. Well, guys, if you want to see games this NFL season, make sure you download the SeatGeek app and get your tickets for any NFL games on SeatGeek. I've looked at the schedule myself. If you're down, I'm for sure the games that I really want to go to out here. We got to go to a Chargers game this year. I'm sorry, a Chargers game in their stadium.
Yep.
I definitely want to go if you're down. I believe it's the 23rd Chargers Rams in the Coliseum.
Look, this football season, I'm committed to many, many, many football games. SC Notre Dame Navy in San Diego, a Chargers game, a Rams game, Giants at Niners Monday Night Football. That's 5 football games right there that I'm going to use. SeatGeek.
Love it. Guys, download the SeatGeek app. It's the easiest way to shop for tickets. I use it all the time. Joe uses it all the time. And best of all the Dirtballs get $20 off their first SeatGeek purchase. Just download the SeatGeek app and enter promo code DIRTY today. That's promo code DIRTY for $20 off your first SeatGeek purchase. SeatGeek, life's an event. We have the tickets.
I want to say one more thing about the AFC South before we move on, because I know we have psycho AFC South fans that I've dealt with for many, many years, fans of the Titans, fans of the basically I have messaged or DM'd with diehard for all 4 of the AFC South teams. I've been very critical of the AFC South in the past and said somebody has to win 9 games, right? Doesn't matter that you all suck. Somebody has to win 9 games. I want to point out that I think this year the AFC South will be good, and somebody will win 10 games and somebody will go 9-7, not because of the incompetence of the division, but because everybody will be better and they will beat some teams out of their division. And I like all 3 of those teams a little bit. I hate Bill O'Brien, and that's the only reason I have them as the worst of the 3.
Well, let's move on to the NFC. We'll do the same way we did the AFC.
Okay.
We'll start in the East with your boys. Got the Giants,
Yep.
the Redskins, the Eagles, and the Cowboys.
All right. Now, I know that I'll be accused of being a Giants fan,
Of course.
but I'm going to start with my hot take from the NFC East. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to be trash.
I do too.
No Witten. That alone.
Security blanket.
So many seasons in the past 15 seasons could have been 4-win seasons, if not for 3rd and long. Why wasn't Jason Witten double covered? Mr. Safety Blanket. Him out. Offensive line not nearly where it was a few years ago. Defense suspect. No Dez. Not that he was great, but who's your receiving core? I mean, are we talking about fucking is the white dude their number 1 receiver?
Cole Beasley?
Yeah. Is he even on the fucking Cowboys anymore? I'm going Dak. It was great when their offensive line was fucking dominant. It was great when Zeke was running up. I'm going with a 3-4 win Dallas team.
Oh.
I'm going to a 4. I think Dallas is going to be trashish.
Wow. I think they're going to be bad too. It's going to be great for shitting on them on social media.
All this shit with Jerry Jones. Jason Garrett, I've always said, how is he still coaching in the NFL?
It's amazing.
I don't think he knows what he's doing. I think when he has talent, it's one thing. But even then, I mean, they went 13-3, and what fucking happened?
They lost right away to the Packers.
Yeah. I'm going a trash Dallas team this year.
I love Zeke. Dynamic player. Fun to watch. That's about it. Now, I was a big Dak guy. Dak obviously had a lot of struggles last year. I'll go as far as this. This is a make or break for Dak's career this 3rd season because he doesn't have some of the people around him, like we're saying, which means he's going to have to show what he can do on his own. I'd say 5 wins for the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay. I'm saying 4.
Okay.
I think the Redskins.
I think they drop off too.
I think the Redskins are going to be good.
Oh.
Because the same reason that of what I talked about the Chiefs. I think Alex Smith gives them a stability. I think that the Redskins will compete for a wild card and potentially compete for this division, but also because they have Alex Smith, I give them 0% chance to win the Super Bowl. So this is the Alex Smith conundrum to me. I think he makes your team better consistently than Kirk Cousins did. But I think he decreases your chances of winning the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
I think the Giants and the Redskins will battle for a wild card spot. I think the Giants are going to revert back to the Giants of old. Do you remember what I said about McAdoo? I was worried that they win 11 or 12 games and then be dog shit in the playoffs. They did that. They won 11-5. They had the boat party. They lose to the Packers. Next year, fucking Mr. fucking one goddamn formation offense, Cheddar Dick McAdoo, benching Eli, out of football. See you forever, you pedophile-looking motherfucker. I think they return to being a team that competes for a wild card, is hanging around, but is dangerous if they actually get in. I'm not sure the Giants get into the playoffs this year, but I think that they're hanging in that area because they have a tough schedule, especially to open the year. But I think they're hanging around, and be careful if they get in, as opposed to the Redskins competing for a wild card. Don't be careful at all if they get in. They're not going to win a fucking playoff.
All right, here's my division picks.
And then, hold on. I think the Eagles will win the division, but I don't think they'll be nearly as good as they were last year. Everybody gunning for the champs. Who knows how many games Wentz plays. I would not be shocked at all, by the way, if they didn't win the division. But I do still think they're the most talented team.
Well, Wentz to me, dude, after what Foles did, I have full trust, full faith in him. I'm going to go Eagles, Giants, Redskins, Cowboys.
How many games do you think the Eagles win?
11.
How many games do you think the Giants win?
8-9.
And you think the Redskins?
7.
See, I think it could be a very similar division to the AFC South. I could see it being a 10-9-8 situation, and I could see it being anything. I do think the Eagles are the most talented. I think they're struggling. They have some injury issues right now. They've added some players. They've lost some players. But I think Wentz not starting. Great. Foles played great, but let's remember Foles had 2 great games in a row. He didn't look fucking lights out at the end of the season, and it's like the idea that Foles comes in and is just a dominant, what he was in the Super Bowl to me. And then also, at what point do you bring Wentz back then? If Foles is playing, okay. If Wentz isn't, if Wentz is ready, if Wentz isn't ready, I think that they fall back down to earth. I still think they're the most talented team in the division. Look, I know I'm a Giants slurper, but
fact.
Look at their offense. Beckham, Shepard, Ingram, Saquon. Saquon's you have to consider Saquon being a game changer.
Well, let me ask you about Saquon, because Saquon is probably one of the most interesting players for me to watch this year, as far as new players. In fact, he'd be at the top of my list, to be honest. I'd have Saquon probably above almost all the quarterbacks. Saquon Barkley, rushed for 1,000 yards?
Yes.
10 touchdowns?
Yeah, I think so. Here's what I think about Saquon. And this, I think, is, what will make or break the New York Giants this year as well. First running play of the preseason, only preseason game he played. They hand him the ball. There's immediately a guy in the fucking backfield. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. If we're not going to block, it doesn't matter who you have back there. But then he makes a guy miss and he goes for 35 yards. And I was like, wow, that's actually a game changer. We didn't even block for him and he just ran for 30 yards. The Giants offensive line revamped has to be better. I mean, they can't be worse, for one. They signed Solder, the top free agent tackle. Will Hernandez, they took in the second round. They love him. They have to be better. Saquon Barkley, when we joke about the Giants love the third down draw, I fucking love the third down draw now. We got Saquon Barkley. Third down fucking screen, Saquon Barkley. Third down fucking throw it to him, safety net in the flat. That goes from being like, oh, let's maybe try to get a first down to like, you better fucking cover me.
Yeah.
And then with Ingram and Shepard, like, I mean, we're talking about Saquon being somebody you have to really worry about on an offense with Odell Beckham. And trust me, I know Odell is coming back from injury. So a lot of question marks, but certainly a dynamic offense. Certainly a lot going on. Shermer, offensive genius that he's been called. I mean, if he can turn Adam Thielen into what he was last year, what can he do with Saquon and fucking Odell Beckham? He made Case Keenum. He got Case Keenum a fucking free agent contract.
I'll be curious to see how Eli plays, though, too.
I'm not worried about him at all.
Well, you should be.
Okay. What about him should I be worried about?
Because he's not what he used to be.
Okay.
He's just not.
Because why? Because the last couple of years he's been terrible?
Yes.
Yeah, they've been terrible.
Okay. Well, they did go 11-5 the year before last.
Yeah, and he was great that year. Last year they sucked. Last year suddenly everybody was like, "You guys only run one formation? Should we just tee off on Eli Manning?" And still was like, fine. Really, the question marks for the Giants, their offensive line and their defense. Their defense, I mean, Eli Apple's starting at corner. They're going to need to fucking stop people from passing on them. Let's see if they can do that. New defensive coordinator from Arizona. We'll see what happens. I think their defense, I'm not worried about their offense.
Well, let's move on to the NFC West.
Okay.
We have the Rams, the Seahawks, the 49ers, and the Cardinals. Again, on paper, Rams looking good. Went 11-5 last year. Lost that home playoff game to the Atlanta Falcons. God, did they make some offseason moves. You know, the cornerback, you got Marcus Peters, Aqib Talib. They picked up Ndamukong Suh. It's a revamped team in a lot of ways. They did some massive, obviously, long-term deals with Gurley. They picked up Brandon Cooks. You got Aaron Donald's deal. So they got, I don't know, man. They should win the division. They should. I'm going to pick them.
Me too. I'm going to pick them. I'm going to pick them 100%. And here, barring massive injury to, Goff or Gurley, something like that. And here's why. A lot of people in on the Niners with Garoppolo. Too soon, if you ask me. I like Jimmy G. I think he's going to be a fantastic quarterback in the NFL. I think they're building something there. But when you look, and again, I'm a Giants slurper. When you look at people going, oh, maybe the Giants win 9 games with Saquon, Odell, Shepard, Ingram, and now we're taking the Niners as a sleeper with who? Garcon? Fucking, is Carlos Hyde still their running back?
Well, the running back, what's his name? McKinnon? He shredded his knee.
Yeah.
He's done for the year after they gave him all that money.
Like, I just don't think they have the weapons
yet.
They won a lot of games, but, like, how many of those games were, like, close? How many of those games are somewhat meaningless? They beat my fucking Giants, right? They beat the shit out of my Giants. The Giants were giving up on the season. I am not all in on this Niners team yet. I actually think your second favorite team in your division and the world, Seattle Seahawks, hang around and are the second team in that division, but I don't think they're good. And I don't think that they're going to compete for the division. And I think it's going to be basically a runaway for the Rams. And do they win more games than they won last year? 11 games. It's tough. But I could see them at 12-4. I could see them at 11-5 again. I think the Seahawks are mediocre. I think it's too soon for the 49ers.
Dude, the Seahawks, They didn't have the word like the Seahawks last year. I think people keep thinking, oh, they went 9-7. They weren't an awful team.
Yeah.
Now
and how'd they get better?
Now I was just gonna say they lost a lot of people. They lost some of their veterans though.
And who'd they add?
They didn't add much. I mean, it's Russell Wilson versus everybody.
Yeah.
Who's Arizona's starting quarterback?
Honestly,
Sam Bradford.
I think it is.
So they're going to.
I'm going with the Arizona Cardinals losing Arians, starting Sam Bradford as being one of the worst teams in football.
Oh, the Joey No Chill prediction.
I think they're like a 3-13 team. I think it's too soon on the Niners. I think they won 6 games last year. They ripped off 5, right, toward the end. I think they're like a 7-9 team. I think the Seahawks, they are competitive. But the thing about the Seahawks, and I know you love your boy, but how many games when we watch the Seahawks play where they get shut out in the first half? They score 3 points in the first half. Russell Wilson does for 25 yards and a half. And then fucking suddenly, you end up throwing for 230 in the second half when they were. But it's like the inability for them. I know you like to go, oh, Eli, he's been great last year. How many fucking 50-yard halves has Eli Manning had? Like, they're just a team.
What do you mean inability of Russell Wilson?
I didn't say inability. I'm saying that they have been suspect, like to the point where they can't move the ball at all.
He needs help. They need to get him some receivers. I mean, fucking Doug Baldwin and Tyler Lockett. Like, what are we talking about here? I don't even know who's playing running back these days. CJ Prosise, is he even on the Seahawks?
No, there's another fucking dude. I forget.
It's like, get the guy some goddamn help.
But look, again, I know you think I trash Russell. I like Russell Wilson. I think he's a good quarterback.
No, you do.
I do. I like Russell Wilson, and I think he's a good quarterback. But everything that I say about everybody, like when I talk about I like Mariota because everybody's sleeping on Mariota. No one's sleeping on Russell. Everybody has Russell as like a fucking league-wide top 3 quarterback. And I'm like, I disagree. Well, and guess what? I'm going to say it right now. You got to get him some help. Jimmy Graham went from a touchdown machine with Drew Brees in New Orleans to comes to Seattle, has no help. Still, I'm going to say it right now. I think Jimmy Graham scores fucking 12 touchdowns with Aaron Rodgers this year. I think suddenly Jimmy Graham is going to rise from the dead and somehow be comeback player of the year after being so clearly washed when he went to Seattle.
Well, I do like Russell Wilson, but I'm also not going to compare Russell Wilson to Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers because those are 2 of the greatest of all time. So I'm not going to do that, Prano.
But I think a lot of people do that regularly, and that's my problem on Russell Wilson. I need everybody to just come down to earth and just say, he's good. He's a Super Bowl winner. When his defense is great, he was great. He can lead them.
He doesn't make big mistakes. Like those are things that I like.
He threw a 1-yard line interception in the Super Bowl to seal the game. I don't know. If that's not a big mistake, what is a big mistake? Do they have to take a shit on the field in the Super Bowl?
Is that more on the quarterback or is that more on the defensive back, Malcolm Butler, making a great play?
I'll say again, for the final time on this Russell Wilson 1-yard.
I'm just asking the question.
Does Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, do any of those guys even throw that ball? Regardless of what Pete Carroll fucking calls, do you go to the line and go, I saw something, I fucking audible do a run. We have fucking Marshawn Lynch. The Giants would have run 3 straight draws.
I don't know. I mean, we're talking 3rd-year Russell Wilson.
I understand.
I'm saying, does 3rd-year Peyton Manning, does 3rd-year Tom Brady?
But
I don't know.
I understand that.
I don't know.
I understand that, but I'm also going to say a lot of the Russell Wilson love is due to 2nd-year Russell Wilson winning a Super Bowl. If 2nd-year Russell Wilson doesn't win a Super Bowl, we're not consistently talking about this guy as a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Well, his numbers would prove otherwise. I mean, they would. If you break down Russell's numbers, they're pretty fucking good.
So are Russell Westbrook's, as I've said before. Sometimes with numbers going up, wins go down. Do you want the biggest numbers for your quarterback? Serious question. Do you want your quarterback to lead the league in passing? You probably don't.
Well, it's created some success for Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees.
Aaron Rodgers, we'll get to the NFC North, but Aaron Rodgers is going on a fucking criminally sad career at this point in terms of how the fuck does Aaron Rodgers have one Super Bowl appearance? We'll get there. NFC West. So you got, what's your order? I'm going Rams, Seahawks, but barely a contender in the division, or even I think they're an 8-8 team, maybe 9-7. I got the Niners below them. I think it's too soon. I like Garoppolo, and I think that the Arizona Cardinals will be terrible.
I like that. I like that order. I hate to follow suit again. I like that order. Actually, no, let's switch that. I'll go Rams, Niners, Seahawks. Seahawks is going to be rough, I think. And then, Sam Bradford, I don't know if the hot sun in the desert will help him put on a helmet correctly.
I mean, Sam Bradford, like how many teams have to take the Sam Bradford shot?
I mean, it's amazing. It's truly amazing.
And like, I can't, it's Alex Smith. I mean, I'm not, by the way, that's offensive to Alex Smith.
That's offensive to Alex Smith.
It is. But like the whole, like, look at his completion percentage. Look at this. Look at that. What team has he been on that's good? It's like, what team has he made good?
Yeah, Alex Smith makes teams better.
I think
Sam Bradford doesn't.
Right. I think he makes teams more consistent for sure.
Stability.
But like, it's not some fucking like big mystery that Alex Smith is now on his third team. It's not some big mystery that Sam Bradford is now on his fourth team?
Yeah.
Rams, Eagles,
Vikings,
Cardinals.
Yeah.
If Sam Bradford's so good, why in a league deprived for quarterbacks stability is he on his fourth team?
I don't know. It means because he's not good. That's why. Well, let's move on to the NFC North.
This is an interesting division.
It is.
Add Khalil Mack to the mix.
It really is.
Throw that fucking hot sauce in the mix.
It really is.
Cooking up a batch of soup, drop that fucking pepper in there.
And I'll tell you what. God, you're making me hungry, fam. We're about to hit up Chi-Town. Actually, when this airs, we will be in Chi-Town eating some of those Polish sausage sandwiches or whatever. What's the big thing in Chicago?
I mean, yeah. Sausage is big.
A lot of Polacks there.
And then,
can I say that now?
I don't think so.
Is that offensive?
Yeah, but don't they do like a wet beef, like a Italian beef sandwich?
Every time you say wet beef, I think of a vagina.
I think of Italian sandwiches, like that sandwich you get down at Portillo's.
Ooh. God, we're going to eat like bosses.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be fucking disgusting when I come back.
Dude, Khalil Mack, could you think of a better team, though, with the Bears' great history of linebackers?
Can I think of a better team?
I'm talking about a fan base that's really going to embrace him.
Yeah. I mean, I would love him on my Giants. I've been like, you can wear 56 if you want, bro. I don't give a fuck. But the Bears, certainly their linebacker history, fantastic. I just think it's too bad. I think he makes the Bears a lot better, but I don't think he makes the Bears like a contender in that division.
Like Trubisky.
I think it's too soon to tell, but I don't love him. I don't love what I've seen. He's a guy where I haven't seen, and again, this goes back to what I think Mahomes does for Kansas City. This goes back to what Aaron Rodgers does for Green Bay. This goes back to what Eli does. I need to see there needs to be a little bit of a chance. Like, you need to show me a little bit of just like, I have a balls to make a throw I shouldn't even fucking try to make. And I haven't seen him do that. I've seen it be pretty safe. I hate it when I see like, oh, we're not very good and our quarterback's new, so let's let him throw for 70 yards. That's not how you learn to be an NFL quarterback. We're just going to we're not good, but we're also going to play it safe. I don't like that.
Well, I do think, shit. It is an interesting division because the Lions still have some pieces. Here's how I'm going to pick it.
By the way, on the quarterback, I want to say I think Matt Stafford is good. I think Matt Stafford is underrated. I feel bad that Matt Stafford's in Detroit. Matt Stafford is going to be the next Barry Sanders / fucking Megatron. Sure, he should do more. He should stop. He should have some of those more signature wins. But I think he's underrated. I think on a great team, Matt Stafford could be a Super Bowl winner.
Of course he could. He's got all the mechanics. He's got the arm.
Yeah.
I'm going to go this order. Green Bay. Sorry, Vikings. I mean, Kirk Cousins, I don't know. Although I do like the pieces, I'm going to go Green Bay, Minnesota, Detroit, Chicago.
Wow. I'm going to go. And here's the thing. I do like Minnesota a lot. I think they're.
Jimmy Graham, 15 touchdown catches. 15.
Well, I thought he was washed.
I didn't ever call him washed.
No, but everybody called him washed. That's why Russell Wilson had no help.
They just didn't work well together.
Yeah. Because he didn't throw him the fucking football in the red zone.
Okay, well, whatever it is, they didn't work well together.
I agree. So here, it's tough because I think that Green Bay has a better shot of winning the Super Bowl than Minnesota. But I'm not sure Green Bay has a better shot of winning the division than Minnesota.
It's because of your quarterback thing.
What you're saying?
I'm saying it's your same quarterback argument.
Right.
You don't want Kirk Cousins, but you think if like a 9-7 or 10-6 Green Bay gets in the playoffs, you got Aaron Rodgers.
Absolutely. Who again, I'm going to say this. His career, like, how old's Aaron Rodgers? 34, 35? Like, he's getting up there. He's only a couple years younger than, like, Eli. His one Super Bowl appearance, we're upon another season of Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, he's 34. Shit. He'll be 35 in December.
Mike McCarthy, again. Sure, they got him Graham. I love Aaron Rodgers. I think he's the best quarterback in the NFL, hands down. He scrambles. He uses his legs. He puts himself in position to get hurt. He's 34. He got hurt last year. McCarthy's not doing him any fucking favors. Can you pick against a team as talented as the Vikings?
Yeah, it's tough.
With Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers? I think it's going to be a close division. I think it's going to be those two. I think one of them is the winner. One of them is the wild card. God forbid. I don't want to see Aaron Rodgers get hurt. I don't think Kirk Cousins makes the Vikings that much better. But I do think that they are the far more talented roster. I'm going literally like equal records there, tie-break situation. I'm going Bears 3, just with the addition of Khalil Mack, and I'm going Lions 4. But I think it might even be like 2 10-6 teams and 2 6-10 teams.
But why do you think Khalil Mack really does? Obviously, he's a great player. He's going to do that much.
I also think that they're on their way up. I think they have weapons. Tariq Cohen, I drafted him in fantasy. I think their defense is getting better. I just think the Bears are on their way up, and Trubisky could be the thing that holds them back. I think that, if you just straight up swapped Stafford for Trubisky, I think the Bears are like a contender in that division. But I think who's Stafford? What's Stafford doing there? It's just the Stafford and Golden Tate show.
Well, what's his name? Had a good season. Marvin Jones. He plays well.
Yeah.
He's a good receiver. They just never have a goddamn running game. It's always Detroit. Detroit hasn't had a running game since Barry Sanders ran out of Detroit, and it's like, I'm never coming back here ever again.
Yeah, I'm selling. I feel bad, but I'm selling on the Lions. I'm not really buying on the Bears. I just think Khalil Mack is good for a win or two. I think it comes down to Minnesota and Green Bay. I think Minnesota's far more talented, and Green Bay's got Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Also, though, Green Bay has Mike McCarthy. Hopefully, Mike McCarthy's smart enough to. But I don't see. This is the difference between. And again, I know you said don't compare them. This is not really to compare them, but the difference between Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson is like, I don't give a fuck what you call Mike McCarthy. Jimmy Graham's a fucking touchdown machine. He's gonna throw him the ball near the end zone. I truly do think fucking he's a bit of a game changer for them. Jimmy Graham, comeback player of the year.
Who else do they have a receiver? Is Randall Cobb still?
Yep.
Who else?
Then they have the fucking receiver turned running back last year. The guy who wears fucking 88.
Oh yeah.
What's his name? I'm fucking blanking on the dude.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I think that with Aaron Rodgers alone makes your offense dynamic, regardless of who you have. And Jimmy Graham, Jimmy Graham is just going to be like a Gronk-like player for them, I think.
Well, we have to, in honor of the too high call, we're going to have to do a live call of a Packers game.
Great. Can't wait. Maybe a Packers-Vikings game.
Where would you put that in the Andy Ruth, like in the history of dirty sports, me saying too high? Is that like a top 10 dirty sports?
I mean, it was just so great because you say it, and then I start arguing with you about it while the ball's still in the air. Like, too high? What the fuck does that mean?
Where was that studio? Where was that in? Was that in the Burbank?
Yeah, it was in like Studio City.
Studio City?
Yeah.
To be fair,
that was reposted, wasn't it? Isn't that an episode that you can listen to now?
It's an episode of us calling the Packers-Lions game with Aaron Rodgers' Hail Mary at the end. To be fair to me, I had so much pizza that night that I was hopped up on. Or did we get a giant club sandwich or something? I had so much food. Guys, I was pretty much delusional.
Rip Rabble.
I was on Rabble the other day.
Were you?
It's like a meetup app to find, the bars.
Yeah. We can do that in Chicago.
Yeah.
Meet up with some Giants fans in Chicago.
Rams fans, fam. Let's
are Rams on Thursday? No.
Monday night.
Got it.
So basically, after we leave the Cubs game, I'm finding the nearest bar because they're playing the Yo Fools. Okay, NFC South, the division I just don't care about.
Yeah. Why not? This is not an interesting division to you?
Maybe. Bucks, I'm out on.
Who's not out on the Bucks at this point? By the way, the only reason I'm not having the Bucks as a criminally bad team is Ryan Fitzpatrick for fucking 3 games or whatever it is.
Unbelievable. This guy's still holding on to his love for old Fitzy. No, you're right. I just don't care about it as much, even though it is an interesting division with Panthers, Falcons, and Saints.
Can I just say this for everybody out there thinking about betting the over on the Browns? You remember when you fell in love with the Bucks? You remember when you fell in the Bucks because of Hard Knocks? You thought for sure fucking eat his fingers, Mr. fucking Hype Machine was going to be the MVP, that the fucking Bucks were going to compete for a division. Did you pick the Bucks to win the division last year?
No.
Are you sure? Can you say that with certainty?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I picked Atlanta. I was on Jameis Winston's train.
Yeah. Don't bet the Browns.
Here's who I like.
I think the Bucks criminally bad this year.
I think Atlanta wins the division.
I think Atlanta wins the division. And here's why. I think Atlanta.
They had a bad hangover last year.
Yes. Added Ridley. Their wide receiver core is stupid. Sanu, Ridley, Julio Jones, Freeman in the backfield.
Dude, come on.
Yeah. Here's why I think they win the division, though. Remember when I picked the St. Louis Cardinals to go to the World Series this year? Because I was like, I just don't know who else to pick. And it just seems like it's been so long since the Cardinals fucking were there, and they always seem to be there. I really like this New Orleans Saints team. But it just seems like every time you think New Orleans is going to be good, they're bad. Every time you think they're going to be bad, they're good. Nothing makes me sure that the Saints are going to be a disappointment than how well they played last year and how everybody's on the Saints. I think the Saints will compete. I think the Saints are a potential wild card team. I'm going Falcons, Saints, Carolina. I'm out on Carolina. Their defense just has to be consistently better. No, who's the linebacker who's out for? Is he suspended? Davis? Thomas Davis?
Luke Kuechly's opposite?
Yeah. Kuechly also has had more concussions than I've had sexual experiences in my life.
I'm a little concerned about my St. Xavier alumni.
And if Kuechly's not in there, their defense is totally different. I said when we had the whole Russell Wilson Cam argument.
God, you bring this up every fucking time.
But I'm saying, I said that he could win a Super Bowl and they could go fucking undefeated if their defense is lights out. But their defense isn't that anymore. I just don't think they're consistent enough. I don't love Cam. I'm fine with Cam. I'm not all in on Cam. I'm going Falcons, Saints, Panthers, an embarrassment of the Bucks. I think the Panthers have a low-key disappointing season. I think Panthers are 8-8. I think Falcons win the division. And I really, really, really like the Saints, but because they were so good last year, I'm selling my Saints stock.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I was thinking the same thing. Falcons, Saints, Panthers, Bucks. But I could also see a Saints drop off. The thing about the Saints last year was their D played well.
Yeah.
Which that's why they were good.
But they didn't lose anybody.
I know.
But I mean, Sean Payton, like when Sean Payton has a year like last year, everybody's like, St. Payton, this guy. Oh, like remember when he won us the Super Bowl? It's so good. Drew Brees, fucking incredible. But it's just like no one expected them to be good last year.
Yeah.
And now everybody expects them to be good. Hype is high. I like the Saints. Kamara's unbelievable. Ingram out a couple games. I think that the Falcons win that division.
Well, let's get to some playoffs and MVP picks. Before we do that, I know we got to kind of wrap this episode up so we can get out to Dodger Stadium.
Yep.
Got to change. I'm gonna put on some fresh flag and anthem.
Yeah, I'm in my Giants shorts right now and a shirt. I'm gonna go home right after this while you're loading up these episodes, and I'm gonna put on my flag and anthem gear. Maybe put on some gray flag and anthem jeans since the Mets are the road team tonight.
Nice. That fall line is out, guys. So go to flagandanthem.com. If you drop promo code DIRTY at checkout, you get 25% off.
Is that the biggest promo code we have? 25%?
Yes, the massive promo code. So take advantage of that offer right now, Dirtballs. Again, it takes 2 seconds. Check out all their great new clothes. Joe and I actually have to put in our orders for our monthly clothes, and I can't wait to pick out some of that fall gear, fam.
Yeah, man. Maybe a flannel.
Yeah.
A flannel and some jeans. Like a fresh pair of jeans and a fresh flannel going into fall.
Love it. So go to flagandanthem.com, drop promo code DIRTY to get 25% off that first order. Okay. Playoffs. Let's just make some predictions.
Okay,
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. We're predicting the Super Bowl. Here's how I'm going. Your Los Angeles Rams make the Super Bowl out of the NFC.
Oh, shit.
I think that the Packers will be in the mix with Aaron Rodgers, but I think they just got too much. The thing is, I'm not sure that they're ready to win a Super Bowl, but I think they might be ready to make a Super Bowl. I'm going Rams. Ugh. Who am I going with the AFC?
Jared Goff going to a Super Bowl.
I know. The only reason it gives me pause is because, like, I don't know who I don't think that the Rams can win a Super Bowl. So then it means that my AFC team is not a team that I think is going to win the Super Bowl. I don't think the Steelers are a Super Bowl winner this year. I don't think the Patriots make the Super Bowl.
They don't.
I mean, I'm not taking a Chiefs over Rams Super Bowl, right?
Well,
God, come back to me. Make your pick.
Chargers, Super Bowl bound, baby.
Wow.
That's right.
A freeway Super Bowl?
Chargers, it's tough for me to pick the Rams. I don't know if I want to do that yet. I don't know if I want to do that. Chargers, I would love a freeway Super Bowl. Imagine what that would do. In fact, if the Rams and Chargers play in the Super Bowl, I will mark my words right now. The league is fixed.
Interesting.
In fact, maybe I'll do it. Although I don't know. I got a feeling about Aaron Rodgers. And I
know, so do I. But the thing is, like, I just so don't believe in McCarthy. I so don't believe in that fucking.
You know who I like coming out? Here's my 3 teams that I like coming out of the NFC for the Super Bowl. That's what I'll do. Packers. No, we'll say 4 teams. Packers.
It's the whole fucking league.
Packers, Rams, Falcons, Vikings.
No shit.
Just saying.
I'm going. Maybe Aaron Rodgers is just that good. I'm going. What was it? Super Bowl 3. I'm going. Packers, Chiefs, Packers. Packers, Chiefs, Packers, Super Bowl. I think your Rams could be right in the mix, though.
You don't like my Chargers pick at all, do you?
I just think, like, are the Chargers a Super Bowl team?
Philip Fudge and Rivers,
I
man.
just can't. And
this is his year.
I think it's a Chiefs, Steelers AFC Championship game. I think it's a Packers Rams NFC Championship game. I just don't think.
Think about it. This is what's going to happen. It's going to be a Chargers Patriots AFC Championship game out here at the StubHub Center. It's going to be all
wow.
fun.
You have Chargers being the 1 seed.
It's going to be all Patriots fans. Be like, fucking Tom Brady, 5 fucking rings, the fucking GOAT.
I think sadly, Aaron Rodgers might do it, which might hurt him in the long run. Instead of getting like 5, he only gets 2 because then he's got to go back to having Mike McCarthy again.
Who do you like for MVP?
I said it last episode or 2 episodes ago. I'm going, like, if he doesn't get hurt, I'm going Aaron Rodgers as the MVP of the NFL. I just think he's the greatest quarterback on the planet. And I think it's hard to be.
What about Philip Fudge and Rivers? What about me just going all in on Chargers?
Look, Philip Rivers has had a great career. Philip Rivers is going to be a Hall of Famer. Philip Rivers' all-time numbers, but we can't discredit the fact that, like, he has meltdown moments. He's had them.
Yeah.
I think he's there, but, like, when you talk about, having great teams, having a lot of weapons, he's in the same draft class as Eli and Ben Roethlisberger. That's 4 Super Bowls between the two of them. Five appearances. Philip Rivers, 0 Super Bowl appearances, 0 Super Bowl wins. You can't put that all on just like, oh, he's in San Diego. It's like Eli Manning hasn't had fucking fantastic football teams throughout his career. He certainly hasn't had teams that are as talented as some of those Chargers teams have been, especially early in Philip Rivers' career. I know he was battling the Peyton Mannings and the Tom Brady's of the world and the Ben Roethlisbergers, but shit, I just can't. I'm not in on a Chargers Super Bowl appearance in the StubHub or playing an AFC Championship game in front of 25,000 people.
That's what I'm saying. I'm in Chargers,
and I hate, dude. I don't know who to pick, and I hate Andy Reid. Like, did I just pick Andy Reid to be coaching in the Super Bowl?
I could see Matt Ryan win another MVP.
I agree.
And I used to hate Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I agree. I could see the I could see the Falcons there. I like the Vikings. I think they're super talented. I just don't think Kirk Cousins is going to a Super Bowl. It's tough. Oh, man. I almost feel like the Rams. God, it's tough, man. I'm going Packers, Rams, Chiefs, Steelers. Those are my final 4.
Okay. Your final 4.
It's crazy. I'm counting out the Patriots, right?
I am too, though. I'll go Chargers. I'm not feeling the Steelers, though, man. God, and we're going to count New England. I'll go Chargers. Fuck. I don't know. NFC I like, or NFC I like too many. AFC I don't like enough. I just don't see the Patriots coming back.
I mean, so do the Philadelphia Eagles with Nick Foles won the Super Bowl last year. Don't sweat it too hard because you're probably going to be wrong on all of it.
Yeah.
So will I.
Whatever. Anyway, let's fucking wrap this thing up.
Let's do it.
Guys, that's the episode. Good stuff.
Don't let those Giants win a wild card, though. Or else my whole fucking playoff thing goes out the window.
Unbelievable. Dirtysports.com. You guys can see us again, Chicago. By the time this drops, Joe will be headlining Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
By the time this drops, are we just hours away from the live Dirty Sports podcast?
Yeah, good point. I'll drop it before.
Yeah.
I'll drop it like midnight Central Time.
Great.
So you have a whole day.
Live Dirty Sports podcast. Fucking get there.
See us in Chicago.
What are you doing if you're not?
Yeah.
Honestly, if you're in the Midwest, you better be send me what you're doing instead. I'd love to hear about it.
I mean, I've decided I'm checking a bag. That's how many koozies I'm bringing. You know, I'm just the koozie bonanza.
And you get a koozie. You get a koozie. And you get a koozie.
Let's make it happen, dirtballs.
You're the Oprah of keeping beers cold.
That's right. At Fix Your Life, at Joe Prano, at Andy Ruther, all on social media. And that's it, guys. Hopefully we can see you live. And drop an iTunes review. It takes 2 seconds. Please rate, review. iTunes review. We had a salty one. We had a salty one this week. Can I read it real quick?
Yeah.
It was pretty funny, dude. It was somebody complaining I thought of you, Frano. They were complaining about the length.
Too long?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I love these people, especially in the age of like, these podcasts like Joe Rogan that are so popular. They're 3.5 hours. Let me read. Let me read this. This is a great iTunes review. 1 out of 5 stars by length of the show. Listen to the podcast about 10 times, which is interesting. I unsubscribed immediately after that. Just stupid. Highly don't recommend. Well, explain. What's stupid? What are we doing that's stupid? Length of the show. Oh, dude, did you want edited up pre-written bits like some of the other sports podcasts? Did you want like hacky things where we edited them and put it together? No, bro. We go fucking raw. We don't edit. This is me hopping in as a producer. We don't fucking edit. We throw this motherfucking shit up because we can comedically make it interesting, entertaining, and funny. So if you want to go to other sports podcasts that edit and have pre-written bits, have at it, fam. That ain't us here.
Also, you should find Andrew Boggs on Twitter and join his Reddit group, hating on the length of the show. Never forget.
Can you imagine, though? Can you imagine? But seriously, can you imagine somebody hopping on Joe Rogan's thing and being like, he does a 3-hour interview with fucking...
I mean, Joe Rogan does more fucking Stamps.com ads than we do entire podcasts.
But my point is, can you imagine someone being like,
I mean, by the time I get through the protein shakes, I'm like, I would have been a whole Dirty Sports episode done at this point.
I hated that 3-hour interview with Steven Tyler where he revealed all his interesting stories. I want more pre-written hack bits. Get the fuck out of here. Dirtballs, we love you. Fuck that guy. We'll see you in Chicago. Nothing but positivity from here. That guy has AIDS. Most importantly, don't forget, condoms are for pussies.